All right, welcome back to the time capsule. On today's episode, I'm just going to go over a few topics this week. We're right now, it's the Friday before the draft, it's the 23rd. Okay, look, the point of this pod is just to go over the facts, see how everyone's got, feeling the news. So that in a year, we can check back, get our minds clear and clear in the present. So often we forget how things felt in the moment, and that's what this is all about. All right. So basically, today what we're going to do is we're just going to do some quick hits right now. Just what, an hour ago, Orlando Brown trade. Orlando Brown to the Chiefs, which sucks. I'm a Chargers fan, so that one hurts. May have written up some scenarios where 13 for 27 for Orlando Brown, but or Mike Williams for Orlando Brown, but we'll have to live with those, another day. I think for a year from now, I think it's going to look like a great trade. That's just my personal opinion. I think most people like it a lot. Uh, Basically, I mean, it's 31 and Orlando Brown for Orlando Brown, but they also just basically swap 58-31, and then a few extra picks. We'll see how this works though. Next year, there's like third, fourth, fifth next year, and they get a six back. So Chiefs gonna be lacking in picks next year. Maybe that comes back to bite them. Also, question will be: is Orlando Brown a left tackle? He played left tackle, but is he really? So that is going to be something to watch. I think personally, I think it's just because things happen to work out pretty well for the Chiefs often. I think it's going to work out. She's young. I don't know how they pay him. That is something to watch. How they figure out the salary caps and such. But overall, they needed a tackle. They're going to take one at 31. Why not move back to 58, get the left tackle, and at 58, maybe you get a guard, maybe you get a lineman, D lineman. So that's that. And before we get into the bigger topics, let's just do some quick hits here. Things to watch from a year from now. I don't put much stock into this, but QB situation with the Eagles, stupid coach Nick Sirianni. He's did some minor talking, and honestly, I think most people think the Eagles look like a train wreck. So right now, if you're listening to this a year or two or three, and Nick Sirianni is a great coach, that's no one really saw that coming. No one did. Or there's some hope from Eagles fans that he's the opposite of Chip Kelly, doesn't know anything that he's talking about, but he's actually a really good coach. But other than that, I think realistically, they are looking like a dumpster fire. Howie Roseman looks terrible right now. All stocks sold on him. I mean, we'll see if this comment about the QB situation not committing to Jalen Hurts is anything to even look at. This is a minor report, but hey, in the future, if you see something like this next year and it turns out that the Eagles situation worked out, maybe take it a little bit more seriously. Another joke one, basically, Giants trading back. Ooh, Gettleman maybe trades back this year. That's been in the news, saying that he's wanted to trade back in the past, doesn't want to get fleeced. Maybe he'll trade back this year. I don't buy it. I don't think anyone buys it. So that would be a pretty big surprise. But it is in the news. So it's getting reported. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Something to watch. Daniel Jeremiah has stated Terrace Marshall, receiver out of LSU, injury concerns. So we are Friday before the draft, 6 days away to the first round. I would say Terrace Marshall, it wouldn't be crazy if he went before this report, first, second, and latest third round. So I think if he goes third round or even late second, I think these injury concerns are correct. If he goes third, fourth, fifth, these injury concerns are correct. And you know what? Maybe you can use that. Daniel Jeremiah says something about an injury, or you get those concerns before the draft next year or 2 years from now. It's Terrace Marshall thing, something to watch. Maybe he drops, but hey, maybe he ends up being a great receiver, and he shouldn't have been worried about the concerns anyway. So that's something to watch out for as well. Also, as of this moment, once again, we're keeping track. Mac Jones at 3, Daniel Jeremiah, Mel Kiper. The only people saying Trey Lance or Justin Fields fall into 2 categories. The people who just use common sense, Justin Fields is the best prospect, very Deshaun Watson vibes, where it's like, why? Why is this guy not 2? Why is this guy? Why would he not be 3? He's the best QB, best area. It's just crazy talk, So that's one camp. And then the Trey Lance people who say he fits the system the best. They've been doing the QB coach that they like a lot, and the receiver that they had in San Francisco, Jordan Matthews. So those are things that lean, Trey Lance. But honestly, it's also Niners fans are the ones who are saying it's not going to be Mac Jones. Because let's be honest, they don't want it to be Mac Jones. I've done this plenty of times. I didn't want Justin Herbert last year. But, it ended up being a great pick. I always said maybe 2 at 6 because I wanted it to happen. But truth was, it was probably always going to be Herbert. So Mac Jones, it really feels like it's going to be 3. Everything goes for 3. Okay, everything says that. But, hey, maybe it isn't, and we can learn from that. Okay, but at this moment, Mac Jones had 3. Next, we're going a mini QB thing. This happens every year. I think the classic is Ryan Nassib, QB from the New York Giants. Some of those, he could sneak into the first round. People love this guy, and then 4th round, he does nothing. But this year's version of that, Kellen Mond and Davis Mills, should be interesting where they land. The reports saying either one of them could be the first round sneaky 5th, or it would be the 6th QB taken in the first, because you have Lawrence, Fields, Lance, Jones, Wilson, and then 6th QB would be Mond or Davis, Davis Mills. This happens every year, and now we have proof of it that I'm recording this right now. 4:23, 6 days before the draft, we're getting those reports. 6th QB coming off the board in the first round, Mond or Davis Mills. Just something to watch out for. I don't quite buy it, but we'll see. Quick prediction from me, not really a report. Niners picked up Arden Key and Maurice Hurst, both ex-Raiders. Arden Key maybe makes the roster, maybe he's good. I think that was a smart move, but I think the one that I'm huge on this Maurice Hurst. I honestly think Maurice Hurst could start instead of a Kinlaw or Eric Armstead next year, or maybe they move Armstead outside. They got rid of Solomon. I think this Maurice Hurst pickup is going to be huge. Right now, I don't think many people are going to be talking about, but I think if a year from now, when you watch this, you'll be like, damn, Maurice Hurst was available. That hurts. Kind of same when the draft, when he went 5th round. He had a good rookie year, I guess injured, but if I had to put some money down, I think that's a good signing. Going into the bigger now main topics, something to watch out for. Peter Schrager. I think he's really connected with the Chargers. Tom Telesco trying to get the LA fan base up. He talks to a lot of people, a lot of news reporters, Damn, I got that Strahan. Dude, I thought it wasn't that bad. I look like fucking Strahan. But he tweeted that a anonymous AFC GM, I feel like it's Tom Telesco, because last year he said an anonymous AFC GM and about Kenneth Murray, and we traded up to get Kenneth Murray. Said anonymous AFC GM this year told him that Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Jamar Chase are better than anyone from last year's class as prospects. Chargers sit at 13. I feel like it's tackle. Benjamin Albright, smart guy, feels like it's tackle. I think podcasts, people want to get cute with it, reading to the Brandon Staley thing. Some need. I don't think corner's that big of a need. I'll be glad to. I won't be glad to eat crow, but I will eat crow if the corners suck and I'm like an idiot. But I personally don't think corner is that big of a need. I think tackle is way bigger of a need, and that's why this Schrager report about receiver also makes me sad, though, because it makes me kind of feel like if Waddle, Devontae Smith, or Jamar Chase there at 13, we're going to take them. That's how I feel about this report. I think that's Telesco, best guy on the board. That's what scares me. That scares me because it makes a lot of sense, and there's history there. Right now, we will just go through kind of each pick, at least in the top half, and go over a few things that we're hearing right now. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, bet your baby, bet your kid. If Trevor Lawrence isn't the first overall pick, don't believe anything. Don't believe a thing next year or a year from now. Forever, remember, if Trevor Lawrence doesn't get one, everything's a lie. Zach Wilson, too. I think this one's a little bit more interesting than Trevor Lawrence because still I would bet the house on it, but he's been the number 2 pick forever. It seems like a month now. So if he doesn't go number 2, that's another one where it's just like, what is true then? Like, what's up with these smoke screens? Never believe a Jets pick, ever again. QB smoke screens are insane. Niners, Mac Jones. I think this one we could learn a good amount from if it isn't Mac Jones, or if it is just like, oh, it is. Well, connect the dots with the coach the players the coach. Coached before, everyone who's saying stuff, what did they say? They said Mac Jones. Now, if it's a Fields or Lance, then maybe once again, you just gotta be like, look, you can't believe the smoke screens, all these reports. No one really knows what they're talking about. Just go with common sense stuff, lean that way. 4, Kyle Pitts. Once again, Kyle Pitts is the pick. That just, it's all gaining a ton of momentum. I think it's true. It seems like 80% of almost everything you hear is Kyle Pitts at 4. There's a possibility they trade back. If it's QB and it's the Falcons and they don't trade back, that I think people getting too cute with it, people who kind of don't care about the salary cap, think you can get rid of Matt Ryan, those types of people, they're the ones going QB. I think most people pretty connect to say Pitts. So, I think if it's QB, then we got to look into this, the 2022, 2023 draft and think, well, team that might, has a QB in 30s, has a top 5 pick, top 10 pick. You just got to believe QBs, they get so QB desperate or in love with the QB, just mock that. That's going to be the pick going forward, 5, okay. We've got to settle this one. All right. Mark my words. 5 is going to be Penny sold. 5 is going to be Penny sold. There's this insane debate. Insane. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was just a meme thing. April Fools. It started around April 1st. I thought it was April Fool's thing where look, for the longest time, since the draft got finalized, last week of the season, first week of the playoffs, once everyone knew the top selections. Everyone virtual. I mean, almost as certain as Trevor Lawrence at 1, it was the Bengals going Penei Sewell at 5. That's just what it was. It was Penei Sewell to the Bengals. They need tackle. He's a great tackle. There's some doubt about him being a generational tackle. There legitimately is. There's some stuff about his maturity, but I think overall, still, if you want to bring the maturity and super young and only played 1 year, look, and even the generational stuff who say it's a minority. It's not the majority. I think most people think he's the best offensive tackle to be graded since a Joe Thomas type, a Trent Williams type. Okay, so that's who this dude is. He would have been the first one last year. A lot of people say, if they don't go 5, they're going to regret it. I don't care how, Chase, whatever. Idiotic to think that their second-round offensive lineman, third-round offensive lineman is going to really be the thing that saves them. I just don't do it, guys. Don't do it. I'm warning you. Steam is gaining, though. I have to admit, Steam is gaining. Chase at 5. So just something to watch out for. Okay, Friday before the draft. Chase is 25%, I'd say, but I would still bet the house on Penny at 5. It'd be crazy otherwise. The next subject, I believe this. Not many people believe it, but Panthers are going to go QB. They are going to go QB. That's just, I don't care. Sam Darnold pick selection. That's just future second round pick. Guy's fine. They lost out on a lot of people. I think Panthers go QB at 8. That's how I feel about it. A lot of people are saying corner, tackle, and then there's also news now Panthers trading down. Everyone loves to trade down. I don't see it happening. I think they go QB. Between Bengals and the Panthers, the picks are the Dolphins. I think that could be anything. I mean, once again, I think we talked about this episode 1, the whole they could trade back thing. They want Pitts and Chase, and maybe neither of them are available. So that's, kind of interesting. And then at 7, the pick is the Lions. The Lions could do anything. I mean, I think they could be the surprise pick. I think that's what the feeling is right now. A lot of people think offense, maybe offensive line or receiver, but corner, if they went D-line, Micah Parsons, that no one would be shocked there. I think, what people are saying right now, Lions pick could be anything, and it'll be fine. Broncos also QB situation. Look, Broncos have always been a scary team on paper. Not gonna lie, they have been. You look at the roster like a Madden team. The ratings. Those ratings are high across the board, except at one position, which is quarterback. Very important position, I'd say. So they could go QB here. A lot of rumors they could be the one who trades up to 4. So let's see if that happens. What I'm gonna say is they don't go QB. Oh, I'm happy I'm so happy. Okay. And if they get Mac Jones, I could live with that. I like my odds. But yeah, if they trade up, I don't care what they give up. If they get one of the top guys, I'm scared. I'm very scared of that team. Because finally they'll have a QB. If they don't, I'm not scared of that team. I don't care if Drew Lock had the Chiefs team. It's Drew Lock. Of course, yeah, if you had Andy Reid as a coach, I'd be scared just because Andy Reid's magical. But that's just how, I'm feeling that one out. I think they could definitely trade up for QB. And if they don't, I'm very happy. The pick that right now everyone thinks this is just one of those. Hey, let's remember these are just mock drafts. Nothing's a guarantee. But hey, maybe this one works out. It's correct. But the pick everyone has, jotted down is Patrick Surtain, the second to the Cowboys. So let's just see if that happens. But that is what everyone thinks right now. The 23rd of April, everyone thinks it's Patrick Surtain at 10. And then, Giants, the whole trade down nonsense. Believe it when you see it. Not going to happen, but technically in the news. And then Eagles, I maybe they take QB because of the QB thing that popped up, but I think that's fake. So Eagles, just for the time capsule, I think the thoughts on the Eagles are offensive line or corner receiver, but they'd also, I think they could do something wild and no one would be shocked though, because Howie Roseman's kind of jamming for his job. Now we're at the Chargers. And me being a Chargers fan, I'm very invested here. All right, Benjamin Albright is saying tackle. I agree. Tackle. Daniel Popper agrees. Tackle. Offensive line. Just offensive line. At this point, Sam Cosmi, Alex Leatherwood, go crazy. I don't care the offensive line, honestly. Call me an idiot. I'd like to see it. we need it, No one's ever said, no one has ever said we have too many offensive linemen. We have too many good ones. No one's ever said that. No one. But right now with the Chargers, you have the tackle versus cornerback debate, and also throw in for a little bit of spice the receiver thing, which makes me scared because you know what? Be careful what you wish for, because I'm saying not corner, and then it's going to be a receiver. I want to die. Unless it's Jamar Chase, then I can be like, okay, it's like 13. The guy's amazing. If he's better than Justin Jefferson, just trade Mike Williams for Cracker Jacks and go on. But that would be painful. Just thinking about it hurts. So this Trey Pipkins report right now, they've said, Tom Telesco said, oh, we're bullish on him. I think that's bull, another word that sounds like bullish, okay, is what that report is. Tom Telesco is the one that drafts. I'm hoping Brandon Staley gets more of a voice, though, and anyone with common sense analytics or any background. Just watch the tape. Our offensive line's terrible. We need like 2 or 3 more. Every time I've gone down to the number, because, okay, you can't have like 12 offensive linemen. That's fair. I think it's Bulaga, Lindsley, Obuji, Filer, and Pipkins. So we have 5. I'd be fine. Get rid of Pipkins, but you can't. 3rd round, okay, fine. We keep him. We have 5. We have 5 in the roster, 5 people that make the 53 or whatever. Usually, I think 8 or 9 is about where you want them. And since we have the guy from the XFL, he probably makes the roster, or someone that you just don't want to cut, practice squad. I'm thinking really you can only draft 3. You can only draft 3 alignment, but I always draft 3 alignment. First 5 rounds or so, I draft 3. I go tackle first round. I go guard center second, or tackle if there's one. Might as well get right tackle and then guard center. But Chargers, legitimate talk of trading up for Penei Sewell. I think that's an option. Other options, Slater Falls. Maybe you can trade up for Slater. I don't see it though, the length, the arm length, and size. And then Darisaw. Darisaw at 13, I think, is the pick. The J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain stuff. Gaining steam if they fall. And Kyle Pitts isn't going to fall. That's something. If Kyle Pitts falls, people, to 13 or even past. So if Kyle Pitts falls past 6, just remember, whatever revisionist history, don't believe it. That'd be insane. That's insane. That would be crazy. That is, no one saw that coming. Dream for a lot of teams past 6, but it's not going to happen. But remember that. So that's the state of the Chargers draft. Benjamin Albright and Daniel Popper, and both people who are in the know and not in the know think offensive line. It's just a lot of hipster podcasters who are thinking corner. As of right now, maybe the Chargers are too, but that's what's going on there. I'll go more in depth on that team, and of course, each pick week of the draft, and players. We're going to be player specific going forward as well. Then after that, just Jamar Chase is the unanimous wide receiver, first unanimous voted by scouts or something. That's something to look for if this report even it makes any sense, because the report already said Michael Crabtree was the last one to be 1 vote away, and he didn't go first. So maybe this thing doesn't matter at all, but Jamar Chase isn't the first wide receiver, then these reports are BS. Don't believe them. They don't matter. And then Raiders, there's a Raiders QB rumor. Raiders always do something crazy. So at this point, no one should be surprised when they pick like Jabril Cox, the Jacoby Stevens, the Tyson Campbells at the 17 or whatever. Just whatever. And just that's not a surprise anymore. People are actually planning on it. It would be surprised if they took a legitimate first-round guy, like a Barm or a JOK type. But yeah, there's a QB rumor there. Minor one. Just, do the Raiders leak? Do they not? I don't really have too much history about it. So we have this down. We have a QB rumor for the Raiders. Ian Rappaport did report it. So moving forward, that's something to keep an eye on. If they draft a QB, then Ian Rappaport Raiders reports might need to be taken seriously. That will be everything today. And this is the time capsule. So end it here, and see you.